Polly's death, a Thomas Shelby story. Thomas's last pillar of support had fallen. He had managed to stay afloat when Grace had died. Even when John had been taken, Thomas had carried on. Arthur had spiraled downward again, and could no longer be relied upon for anything. But Polly had always been there. Since Thomas was a boy, Polly always had the answers. She might have drifted away into her gypsy nonsense at times, or refused to speak to Thomas for months on a matter of principle, but she always came back. There was no coming back this time. Her body looked so frail, so old, nothing like the powerful woman he respected more than anyone. Questions drifted into his mind, questions he was ashamed he hadn't thought of when she was still alive. Had she been happy? She'd had her son back in her life. Until Aberama was taken from them, she'd had a loving, loyal husband. But she also had trauma. That fucker of a policeman had manipulated her, put his hands on her, and she'd killed him in revenge. She'd had a noose around her neck, and been within seconds of death by hanging. Her children had been taken from her, and one had never returned. Thomas knew he should have done more. Always, when those he loved were lost to him, he felt the regret, knowing that he could have been better. And yet he never changed. He had never told her he loved her, not since he was a boy, and she had taken care of him when his father left and his mother died. He should have told her more. "I'm sorry, Pol," he eventually muttered to her corpse. "I am what I am." He finally became aware of how much his knees hurt. He had been crouching by her side for God knows how long, crying as he hadn't cried in years, while the stones of his driveway dug themselves into his skin.